In April 1848, the HMS Erebus and HMS Terror were officially abandoned. 105 men, led by Captain Francis Crozier, stepped onto the shifting pack ice of the Victoria Strait. They weren't traveling light. The archive records that they were dragging massive wooden lifeboats mounted on iron sleds, each weighing over 3,000 pounds. Inside were not just survival rations, but the heavy comforts of Victorian life. Silver plate, lead-line books, and mahogany desks. Weakened by scurvy and clouded by lead poisoning, the men attempted a 1,000-mile march toward the Great Fish River. They were dragging their own coffins across the ice. For years, the British Admiralty ignored the only eyewitnesses to the disaster. The archive unseals the oral histories of the Netsilik Inuit, who encountered the survivors in 1850. They described a group of clueless white men who were pulling a boat and looked like walking skeletons. The Inuit reported that the men were so desperate they were eating the sealskins from their boots. But the most haunting detail was the blackened mouths of the survivors, a telltale sign of advanced scurvy and the systemic collapse of the expedition's medical stores. In 1859, a search party discovered one of the lifeboats at a site now known as the Boat Place. Inside were two skeletons, lying side by side. One was wrapped in fine furs, the other slumped over a pile of silver spoons and scented soap. The archive notes that the boat was pointed back toward the ships. Somewhere on that march, the survivors realized they couldn't make it. They had split up, some turning back to the frozen tombs of the Erebus and Terror, while others pushed on toward a place that history would name Starvation Cove. It was at Starvation Cove that the Victorian image of the heroic explorer was shattered. Modern forensic analysis of the remains found that revealed something the British government tried to suppress for over a century. The bones bore the unmistakable marks of pot polish, smooth edges caused by a boiling bone in a metal pot. Under the fog of lead and the agony of starvation, the final survivors had resorted to the ultimate taboo. The archive records this not as a choice of malice, but as the final desperate echo of a crew that the Empire had forgotten. They died within sight of the sea, but the water was a wall of ice. Subscribe to the archive. In the Part 3 finale, we unseal the 21st century discovery of the ships and the Guardian of the Deep found inside the captain's cabin.